Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever I'm finding you today, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going back into the amazing world of Am I the A-hole? And today we have some longer stories because I would like to get into more longer videos and more commentary and some more controversy, if you would. So without further ado, let's get into the first story. Am I the a-hole for calling the police on my roommate after they broke into my room? Off the bat, no. Just because you share a house, it doesn't mean they're entitled to your room. But let's read on, shall we? So I, 22F, live with two roommates. One is 22F as well, and the other is 23F, so they're all women. No one's in a dangerous situation, luckily. And we've had some tension lately. I've always been a private person, so I make it a point to keep my room door closed when I'm not there. The trouble started a few weeks ago when one of my roommates, let's call her Rachel, started borrowing my things without asking. I despise that. Just like a little text or a little, hey, I borrowed this, I'll replace it, or could I borrow this? It's not hard. I don't mind sharing occasionally, but Rachel would take stuff without telling me, and when I confronted her about it, she'd either deny it or get defensive. Nothing is worse than a liar, or someone who tries to gaslight you even though you have, proof. I hate it so much. I've had housemates before who used to just take things, and when I noticed stuff missing, and I'd confront them, they'd be like, no, and I'd be like, well, who was it then? My cats. And that's when they'd be like, okay, yeah, I did. I tell them, send me a text if I'm not there, or let me know, and it's okay. As long as you replace it if you use it, or put it back where it was. Anyway, after a couple of weeks of this, I decided to check with our landlord to make sure it was okay to put a lock on my bedroom door. He said it was fine as long as it wasn't an issue with the door frame. So I went ahead and installed it. I felt like it was the only way to keep my things safe. Okay, so she has been going into your room before the lock was on. An invasion of privacy, especially after I noticed some of my personal items were moved or misplaced. Okay, this would annoy me so much. I get irritated whenever things are moved, even a centimeter. There is a designated spot for everything, and if something is moved, and not put back where it's supposed to be or where it belongs, even though I can see it, I lose my mind. I'm like, okay, who's touched it? Who's moved it? Why is it not in the spot? There could be germs on it. I do have OCD, and maybe that does contribute to all of this, but imagine if this OP had OCD as well. That would just add to the issue and make it worse. Fast forward to a few days ago, I came home from work and noticed that the door to my room was wide open after you put a lock on it. Immediately, I got this sinking feeling. My laptop, which I had left on my desk, was missing. Oh, as well as my Nintendo Switch. Oh, I called Rachel and my other roommate and asked if they had been in my room. Rachel acted surprised but also defensive, and just seemed concerned, asking if everything was okay. I was furious. I knew the only way my door would be open was if someone had broken in, and at this point I was pretty sure I knew who it was. I went into my room and searched for my laptop and Switch, but they were gone. After some back and forth with Rachel, I realized that she had taken them without permission. When I confronted her, she admitted to borrowing. Borrowing implies consent, my darling, okay? She admitted to borrowing them for a few days, but I didn't think it was a big deal. But she didn't think it was a big deal. At that point, I was beyond frustrated. I told Rachel that I didn't appreciate her violating my privacy, and that I was done trying to sort things out on my own. I called the police to report that my property had been stolen, and I felt unsafe in my own home. You know what? I'm surprised you waited, for weeks, if not months. How long was it again? After a couple of weeks, yeah. If she's breaking through the lock of your door, if you didn't confront her and she kept lying, you could have called the police anyway and said, oh, a stranger broke into my house. How long would she have kept the lie up then? I don't think you're the a-hole. I didn't appreciate her violating my privacy. Yes, the police showed up, and after hearing my side of things and talking to Rachel, they advised her to return my laptop and Switch and apologized for the inconvenience. The laptop was returned, but the Switch wasn't, and she claimed she didn't know I owned a Switch. Okay. She seemed to think I was overreacting, and some of my friends have also been saying that I might have taken things too far by involving the police. So she basically just stole your switch. Now I'm feeling conflicted. I honestly didn't expect things to escalate this much, but I felt I had no choice. I'm just tired of being taken advantage of in my own home, but at the same time I feel bad because now things are super awkward with Rachel, and the police involvement might have been too dramatic. Am I the a-hole? No. Like, I'm sorry, you're not friends, you're housemates, and if she broke into your room, she didn't just, go into your room. She broke down the lock. She broke into your room, into something you pay for. You pay for shared utilities, but you also pay for your private room. And then you added a lock with permission, and she broke through it. That's not good. That's damage to the property. And if there's damage to the door frame via breaking the lock, you're gonna get in trouble with the landlord, and you won't get your deposit back. There's layers to it. Also, did you get your switch back? Oh, I didn't know you had a switch. Girly Wigs, you stole it. You should know. I hope you got your switch back, but I don't think you are the a-hole. I think you are underreacting, and this person should be kicked out, or you should just find somewhere else to move, because this person is very clearly a thief or a kleptomaniac. Not the a-hole, in my opinion. Moving on to the next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to deep clean? I'm conflicted to say yes, but that's just because I need everything to be clean. I'm gonna hear you out. Before I get to the issue, I will give context. Good. Context is, we love it. My fiancé, congratulations, female 25, and I, female 24. Ooh, hello. I'm here for the queer, I'm here for the gay. Currently live together. There is a joke in the queer community that lesbians move in very quickly. It's not an insult, it's just like a little kiki in the queer community. We both work full-time jobs. She works a labour job, 12 to 14 hours, 11 a.m. to... Oh, poor girl. And I work an office job, 8 hours a day, 8 to 4. I am a full-time student. Okay, so 4 to 5 classes online. Okay, so you have, college and work. So you're both very busy and probably very tired and stressed as well. Since she's gone most of the time, I have taken on responsibility doing most of the domestic labour. I do 95% of the cooking, laundry, dishes, and care for our 6 animals. I have 6 cats, 1 dog, so I can understand how busy you must be looking after all of those. Ferrets, cats, and dogs ferrets are very cute. Making sure the house is presentable and more. She will come home, eat, and go to bed. Okay. She's very busy, so I understand. Does she have days off, though? How many times does she work, though? How many days? Here's where I may be the a-hole. We got into a huge argument where she brought up how I need to be deep cleaning more often. Her stance is that it's disgusting. It's disgusting not to deep clean, and deep cleaning needs to be done daily. I mean, if you're keeping on top of the cleaning, it does not need to be done. Deep cleaning does not need to be done daily, because if you're keeping on top of it... Yeah, if you're keeping on top of the cleaning every day, a deep clean is usually only needed, maybe once a week, because a deep clean is usually for, the caked on dirt and the caked in, fur. But, like I said, if you're on top of it, it's all, usually done, and the dirt's not caked on, and the dishes are kept on top of, and the laundry's kept on top of, and, I clean the house every single day, so my house is always clean. I agree with her, but my argument is that I don't have time. Yes, of course, you work and go to college, and if she helped me pick up the little things, then I would. I am gonna say, if you have a dishwasher, it takes 10-15 minutes to load it correctly, put it on, and make sure it's running. If you have a washer and a dryer, then you get the laundry, and it takes about 10 minutes to put it all in with the detergent and conditioner and stuff. Then you leave it on. Then, you can have your dinner. You can catch up on whatever, and then put it in the dryer, which takes another 5 minutes. And then when it's done, she could go to bed, and you could do the folding after. There are some things that take 5 minutes. I'm not sure why she's demanding you to do all the work, but not doing anything herself, despite the fact that you're working more than her. You're doing a 9 to 5, but it's an 8 till 4, and you're going college, doing 4 or 5 classes. I get it's online, but you still have to focus. And there are some cleaning tasks that take 5 minutes. After I'm done with everything, I have limited time to study. Yes, that's what I thought, and my grades are tanking hard. Oh, Jesus, I hope you pass. I'm unbelievably stressed as it is, to the point I don't have time to take care of myself. Oh, Jesus. Because I'm focused on caring. Yeah, I can imagine you've got no time to... I mean, if you had the money, I'd say just get like a house cleaner once a week to deep clean, or once every 2 weeks. She says that I have time and energy that she doesn't have because she works a labour job and I work a desk job. But mentally I'm beyond exhausted. Okay, she's not you. You cannot decide who's tired and who isn't because you don't experience what they experience. Plus, desk jobs and labour jobs are not comparable because it's up to the person, okay? And plus, again, you're going to college. I explained this to her and she doesn't see my side. She just thinks I'm lazy. I hate this. This is kind of toxic. We've talked about this. Her solution is that I do all of the deep cleaning so she can relax on her days off. Okay, so she has days off and she just wants to relax. Okay, cleaning does not take all day, okay? Unless you have ADHD, which is understandable. You can relax, but then you can also do the cleaning and then relax, and then do the cleaning and then relax. She's the one being lazy, in my opinion, by not helping when she has time off and making you do everything. This is kind of toxic. I agree that she does need rest because she works so hard, but when do I get rest? Exactly, darling. What if I do take leisure time for myself, it's usually met with criticism. This is toxic. But I can't spend every second of my waking life working, learning, cleaning, and taking care of everyone else. I'm going crazy, especially since what I do isn't respected. Yeah, if this is... You're putting in 90% of the effort and she's putting in 10. Relationships are supposed to be 50-50. And this relationship is very one-sided. You care, and she doesn't. And it's not fair on you. You are going to lose your mind. What happens if you're ill? What's she going to do then? Expect you to get up and cook and clean whilst you're, like, vomiting? Currently, I'm paying all the bills as she's paying off debt. So you're paying for everything. We don't have the budget for a maid in mind. We also share a car, so I'm not getting more than 6 hours of sleep at night, and I'm exhausted. I don't know what to do. I can't talk. You can talk to her about it, baby. Am I the asshole and just being a big baby about this? No. I think you should just break up because this is toxic as fuck. This is a very disgusting relationship because she's treating you like a doormat. She's treating you like a parent. She's not paying any bills. You say she's paying off debt, but debt doesn't have to be paid off immediately. If she's working all those hours, she should be getting really good pay. I'm sure she could afford a cleaner. Where is all this money going? You can split up your debt payments a lot. Especially if it's like student debt, you can like they can take it out of your wages and you'll still have money left. I don't believe all of her money is going to debt. I believe she's like the saying is pulling wool over your eyes, but I think like the actual term is like gaslighting. She's making you feel bad so you'll do whatever she wants. You deserve better than this and you are not the asshole. Oh, this story has really gotten to me today. Yeah, you are not the a-hole. I'm going to move on to the next story before I lose my mind. Would I be the a-hole for not inviting my sister-in-law? Yes. I-35F was recently diagnosed with stage 2 melanoma. I am very sorry. I hope you kick cancer in the ass, and I hope that you are cancer-free as soon as possible. Sorry, I saw the word cancer-free and I was like, are you? But no, not yet. Hopefully they are very soon. I am currently undergoing tests to see if it has spread. Hopefully it hasn't, fingers crossed. If I am cancer-free, I would like to have a big party to celebrate this and my 36th birthday this summer. Oh, like a joint. Celebrate being cancer-free on your 36th. Okay. I really have my fingers crossed for you. I do hope you kick it in the ass. Normally I celebrate my birthday in silence, but this year I feel like having a party. I am thinking of a nice child-friendly lunch for all my friends and family. I guess around 30 people in total. Okay. You know what? Title of the story aside, I think this is amazing. Celebrate life, because unfortunately, if you aren't cancer-free, still celebrate it anyway, because cancer does take people and it's not fair. So surround yourself with people you love, surround yourself with happiness, and celebrate like there is no tomorrow. And then being cancer-free is just like the extra cherry on top to party even harder. Title out of the way, go off, kick cancer's ass, and party regardless. I have a very bad relationship with my sister-in-law. Okay, my husband's brother-in-law's partner. They have 2 adorable kids. My sister-in-law has been awful to me for years, mean, cold, and uninterested. She doesn't like me. I don't know why. She doesn't want to talk about it. Has anything triggered it? It even got this far. It even got this far that she didn't even send her condolences when my mother died. Okay, so when... Okay, let me... your brother-in-law's partner, your mother would be her mother-in-law? I think so. Her mother-in-law died and she didn't reach out. No polite, I hope for the best message. No polite, I hope for the best message. She simply does not care. I realize it is her right and own choice to behave this way. I just think it's extremely disrespectful. She acts the same to my mother-in-law. She takes it because of her grandchildren. Oh, the mother-in-law takes it because of her grandchildren. Okay. Since the start of this year, I have tried to keep contact with my sister-in-law to a minimum. Christmas and birthdays for her kids. Okay. My husband asks me if I'm going to invite his brother and my sister-in-law. I hadn't even thought about this. I love my brother-in-law and his kids, but I think I can't have sister-in-law there. Why would I want someone who behaves like this at my party? Would I be the a-hole for only inviting my brother-in-law and the kids? I think excluding her would make her hate you more. Like, you don't want to be surrounded by negative people, but excluding her would give more fuel to the fire. You could invite her and hope that she doesn't show up. Can I exclude my sister-in-law, or do I just not invite the whole family? No, don't give her fuel to the fire. My sister-in-law throws a big party for 100 people every year, and I'm always invited, but she also invites people she doesn't like out of politeness. See, she invites people that she doesn't like out of politeness to keep the peace. I think it would be wise if you did the same just to keep the peace. Like, I hate the keep the peace thing, but because you are on good terms with the kids and your brother-in-law, I think inviting the sister-in-law would be like, look at me, I'm inviting you, I'm a good person. And then she has no reason to hate you, and if she does hate you, then people will be like, why? She's insane. Why the hell is she hating you for? Yeah, I think it would be wrong to not invite her because you're just going to give her more fuel to the fire. People will ask questions, and especially if you're not inviting brother-in-law, like a wedding, I'd understand because you want to be surrounded by people you love, but for a birthday party, just don't talk to her. Just pretend you're in deep conversation with somebody else and just don't talk to her. Whenever she comes to approach you, just pretend you're in a very, very, very deep conversation. And then if the conversation ends, just pretend you're getting a phone call. And then be like, 1 second. And then walk off. She can't kick off because, you invited her anyway. So yeah, you would be. Just invite her out of, like, courtesy. And you would not be the asshole. Yeah, that's my opinion. I hope you beat cancer. I hope everybody beats cancer. I hope cancer just disappears. It's a terrible thing. If you do have spare money, please donate to a cancer charity to support people who are living with cancer, who are fighting cancer, or people who have no one to reach out to. Like, there is a lot of people who have cancer who are alone, and there are charities for people who are dealing with cancer alone. Keep in touch with family if you know that they have cancer. Donate to charities if you have the money. Make sure you live every day like it's your last. That's my sweet message for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you next time, my darlings. Mwah.